What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Grant and bringing you guys another video, and I've been getting a lot of questions. What class do I use? What do I like to run with? And could you do a class setup? So yeah, I thought I could do one for you guys. I'll do one submachine gun and one assault rifle. So for submachine guns, there's a lot of choices you can go with. The MP5 is a good choice, and the AK-74U and the P90. Okay, so we'll do one of each, like one sub and one assault rifle. So the MP5 is really good when you kill 1v1 because it has a good damage, but you empty your mag a lot quicker than you would with other weapons, and there's a lot of weapons that has higher damage on it. So I would recommend this if you're playing free for all or team deathmatch. For domination, sure, you can use it, but if you get in a sticky situation, it could get harder. So if you play shipment, I'm not a player that plays a lot of shipment, you can definitely go with the P90. Just for ammo capacity, the damage is just solid on this thing. It's absolutely a beast on shipment. You have the Mach 10 as well, but there's a DLC gun, or not a DLC, but it's a supply drop weapon. That is basically the best submachine gun in the game, in my opinion, because it's really overpowered. It doesn't have any recoil, but the reload animation and so on is kind of glitchy out on it, and it's just, yeah, the reload cancelling is a little bit hard to get used to. So yeah, we're gonna go with the AK-74U because that's the one I use the most. You may ask why I never use an attachment on this gun, but I'm not sure, but I think you get more bullet penetration when you don't have attachments on it, or that's the other AK, the assault rifle, I'm not sure. So yeah, the AK-74U is pretty much the best submachine gun to run with. You got different kits, right? This kit is, I don't know, like this kit just feels better because the iron sight is a little bit different on it. It's a little bit more open. You can see on the top, if you see in the middle of the iron sight right there, when I switch, you can see how much you get to see, right? So yeah, if you're really if you want to be on edge and you're just going to want to do your best, I would definitely recommend using this. But yeah, you need to pay for it or get it through supply drop. You see, I saved up a lot of depot credits. So yeah, but we're not going to use any weapon kits. Camos, yeah, they don't make any different to the gun whatsoever, but I'm using the exclusion zone. But beware, if you play on shipment, or not shipment, but wet work or pog or downpour, you'll get noticed a lot easier. People can pick you up across the map because you'll be really visible. So yeah, I would highly not recommend using it. I'm just using it because I just earned it, so I'm kind of just still hyped about it. So yeah. So no attachments, you can use whatever camo you want or weapon kit, but if you really just want to be, if you're asking me what weapon kit is just going to make you perform better, which is a weird question, just use this to reactive, because it makes the iron sight look a bit different. I don't know why it's not banned in competitive play. So yeah, for a sidearm, you got a lot of different choice. If you're running with the MP5, I would highly recommend using M9 or USP because you get more ammo, and you don't have to have bandolier, for example. I'll actually make a class about that as well, just to show you guys a little bit more tactical class. So yeah, you got different choices there. You got the Magnum and Deagle is if you're accurate with pistol, or you just know you're going to use it in close quarters. Definitely run with the Desert Eagle or Magnum because it has the highest damage. The M1911 is not particularly great. It's definitely the worst pistol. But USP and M9, if you aren't that accurate with a pistol, I would highly recommend you guys using a Desert Eagle or Magnum. Or if you're not accurate, use the USP and M9. But if you're accurate, use the Magnum and Desert Eagle because you get more bullets in these guns, and the mag is just bigger. But we're gonna go with the Desert Eagle. We're gonna put exclusion zone just for shits and giggles. It doesn't got any attachments. It's the only gun that doesn't have any attachments. Then we're gonna go with a tactical grenade, and you might ask why I always use a stun and not flashbang. There are two better things with a stun than a flashbang. When you have a stun, you throw it a lot quicker than you would do with a flashbang, and you can actually flash yourself with a flashbang. There's a higher risk of you flashing yourself and hitting yourself with it, and that could get you killed. So where you're going to use a stun because you throw it quicker and you're not going to flash yourself. I do that all the time. It's nothing to be embarrassed of. I'm just playing respawn game watts, so I'm usually using bandolier or the RPG. I'm not using the RPG too much, but I would highly recommend you guys using the RPG or bandolier. But if you're playing Search and Destroy and a lot of if you only play Search and Destroy, which I know a lot of people are doing, I would use frag, triple frag, or triple tactical, because you just need to get the most kills. Like, the point of these classes are getting the highest score and the most kills, so you rank up quicker. So when you have frag, triple frag, you can just throw them all over the map and you'll be lucky to get a kill or double kill. And when you have special, like triple special, you can just flash and stun wherever you want to like to have. As I said, I'm recommending the stun. You could rush a lot easier, but yeah, we're gonna go with the bandolier because I like to go big streaks. This is a bit tricky, right? People are using double tap on their AK. Don't do it. Just don't. It's not like beneficial whatsoever. Like, if you're playing shipment, yeah, it could work, because you're not getting in any long range. But you can actually pick off people across the map if you're using stopping power. The gun is just a beast when you have stopping power on it. Or you can use the Juggernaut if you just like, if you know you're gonna just run up to their face. Juggernaut is basically what you want to use with it. But I'm gonna use stopping power because I like to just have the most bullet damage as possible to just destroy people. UAV jammer, nah, I don't think you need it. If you're playing hardcore, use sleight of hand because the bullet doesn't matter anyway. For our third perk, we're gonna. There's a lot of different choices. If you don't have the best accuracy in the world and the reaction time, use steady aim because then you don't have to aim down your sight to kill people. So I would highly recommend using steady aim for people that are struggling a little bit with the recoil. If you're playing a lot of Search and Destroy, dead silence, yeah, it's the most preferred perk. But when I play Search and Destroy, I'm playing a lot of people that don't know what they're doing. So I'm using extreme conditioning either way if I'm playing respawn or search. Deep impact could work. It depends what you're playing. If you're playing, for example, Kill House or a map where you can wallbang a lot, I would use deep impact. But we're gonna use extreme conditioning to just rush around like a maniac. So here you have it. This is basically the submission class I'm using and which I'm happy with. I've been using it for the entire game, to be honest, and I'm not noticed any different or like any challenges with it so far. So yeah, moving on to the assault rifle, there's a lot of different choices you can go here. I'm using the M16, but if you're not that person, like, there's a lot of people that don't like burst weapons or are inaccurate with burst weapons. There's two other choices you can go with, and that's the AK-47 or the M4 carbine. If you know how to control recoil on automatic weapons, definitely use the AK. Because it has a better bullet damage. You can tap with it and you basically get a triple or like 3 bullet kill across the map. But if you don't know how to use a recoil weapon that has a lot of recoil, if you're not that used to controlling your recoil, use the M4, which it doesn't take any skill to use, to be honest. It's the most unskilled gun except the M16. Like, the M16 is not very skill based, but like recoil wise, this gun doesn't take any, like, you can just pick it up and you can just destroy people with it because it doesn't have any recoil whatsoever, but it does in ranges. So yeah, if you're just tapping with it and know how to just control recoil a little bit, this is an absolute beast to go with. But we're gonna go with the M16 because that's basically the best gun in the game. Here's a lot of, like, there's only 2 attachments that actually are reliable, and that's the red dot. If you don't just want one burst on people, definitely use the red dot sight. It just makes your accuracy a lot better, and yeah, the iron sight's not getting in your way. But if you want to be silenced, you can use the silencer. If you're just trying to get for a streak, I just don't like the silencer because I feel like I'd lose a lot of gunfights that I should have had if I had a red dot. So you're gonna smack a red dot on it. We're gonna put exclusion zone on, and let's see. The weapon kits here, there's not anything special with the weapon kits whatsoever. I don't like any of the weapon kits for the M16 except maybe the Irish one. Looks pretty decent. So yeah, moving on to the secondaries, I would use the Deagle. As I said, it depends what you are. If you're really inaccurate with a pistol, use these one. M9 or USP, but if you control your accuracy and recall, definitely use the Desert Eagle or Magnum. Either way, it's just a peripheral choice. I don't use my secondary a lot either way. We're gonna smack on the stun for the same reason. You could use smoke if you want to cross, for example, on Overgrown or on Crossfire. I don't do that often, so I'm using stun. We're gonna go with Bandolier in this class as well because it's a streak class. We're gonna go for the highest possible streak ever. You could use UAV jammer if you have a silencer on it. There's no point using UAV jammer if you have a red dot on it because you get noticed anyway. Juggernaut, yeah, it could work if you're playing Backlot, for example, but if you're playing bigger maps like Crossfire, Overgrown, or Bog, I would recommend using Stopping Power because you will struggle a little bit on long ranges with Juggernaut, so you definitely smack on Stopping Power. There's a lot of people that's using Deep Impact with their Assault Rifle class. Yes, it is working, and yes, it's a beastly class if you have it because you just wall bang everything, and I think you don't get more bullet damage, but yeah. But we're going to use Extreme Conditioning because then you can get the spots easier and you can rush around a lot more. You could use Dead Silence and Search and Destroy, as I said. I don't recommend it because most people that does play Search and Destroy in public do not know what they're doing. So yeah, we're gonna smack that around, and as you see, this is basically just the same as the submachine gun class, except like you could change out, for example, with Deep Impact. I would highly recommend Deep Impact or Extreme Conditioning. Steady aim, not that. Yeah, if you're using M16, you don't need steady aim because it's basically a shotgun at long range or a close range. So if we go into our next, I'll show you what I meant about the MP5, right? If you're using the MP5 and you smack on an M9, right, and then let's not have an M9 to begin with, let's smack on the Deagle, right? You see I have 180 bullets in my mag, or like in total, and if I go out and I switch it with an M9 and I go in, you see I got 90 plus bullets, so you have 217 bullets. So yeah, if you don't want to use, for example, Bandolier and you want to have, let's say, special grenades, right, you have 90 bullets, right, and if you put on your Deagle, oh, you only have 60, right? So it's an extra mag if you have that pistol on, which is working pretty good. So, but we're going to use Bandolier anyway. So yeah, sniping classes is just basically the same as using my that I used in my assault rifle. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, please do leave a like and subscribe, as it really helps me out, and let me know what you guys think about this class setup, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye, take care.